Hey guys, Bias Ramos, and today I'm going to be bringing you the Miami Dolphins at the New York Giants game preview. The game is at 1 o'clock kickoff, December 15th, 2019, and Dolphins are at the road, MetLife Stadium, facing off against the New York Giants. Let's get into it.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.
So, ESPN's matchup predictor has the Miami Dolphins at 36.5% chance of winning. It's not so high for the Dolphins. I don't know. I do not know. A tie is 0.3%, and the Giants have 63.2% chance of winning. Now, when it comes to the gambling odds, let's see what we got here. The New York Giants are -3, Dolphins +3. Money line is +145 for the Dolphins, -165 for the Giants, and over/under is at 46. We'll see. Let's go over to some interesting news. I'm not sure if Daniel Jones is out. Okay, so injury report: Albert Wilson, wide receiver for Miami Dolphins, questionable. Chandler Cox, fullback, is doubtful. I don't know what happened to him. I'm pretty sure if he got dinged up, it was probably in practice because he hadn't been on the field in so much. Devontae Parker, wide receiver, questionable, concussion. Took a pretty hard hit against the Jets last week. And let's take it over to the Giants, where we have tight end Evan Ingram. He is out. Daniel Jones, quarterback, he is out. Kevin Zeitler, guard, he is out. And Rhett Ellison, tight end, is also listed as out. Now, those are a bunch of key players for the Giants right there. Evan Ingram, Daniel Jones, and Kevin Zeitler, all big pieces of that offense. Kevin Zeitler, offensive lineman that got traded from the the Browns to the Giants in that Odell trade. And it hurt a lot for Cleveland to give that up because now Baker Mayfield has no protection in the pocket. And it sucks for the Browns. But we're not talking about the Browns, we're talking about Dolphins and Giants. Now let's see the points per game average. Dolphins are averaging 17 points per game. Meanwhile, the Giants are averaging 19 points a game. Points allowed: Dolphins are allowing 30.7. Meanwhile, the Giants are allowing 29.8. So it's going to be a pretty good game. I expect both teams to be higher than their average. Dolphins average started off horrible after we started the season getting shut out. No, we got 10 points and then we got shut out by the Patriots. So a lot of this has been totally different from in the past couple games. Giants, though, they're on a 5-game losing streak. Meanwhile, the Dolphins won 1, lost 2, won 1, and then lost the last one. Now, yards allowed, the Giants are allowing 391, Dolphins are allowing 400, and then total yards on offense, 304 for the Dolphins, 334 for the Giants. Giants are coming into this game 2-11, Dolphins are 3-10. And I don't know if you guys saw, but in my Game Picks video, I went over how, when I went over the Dolphins game, I was talking about how we're 3-10, 3-10, and then they're 2-11, and right now they're ahead of us in the draft position. Now, if you guys want the Dolphins to get the highest draft position possible, this is a game that you want the Dolphins to lose. Even though I really do believe they're going to win this game because there's nothing pointing towards the Giants being better than the Dolphins at the moment. If they had Daniel Jones, it might be a little different story just because he's been pretty good. But Eli Manning is no scrub. He's a future Hall of Famer. Not first ballot, but he's a future Hall of Famer. And I expect him to be in Canton. But speaking of Hall of Fame, this is a Hall of Fame hat. But none of that nonsense. So, yeah, Eli Manning starting for the Giants. He had a pretty good game against the Eagles last week, and but he couldn't finish off the game well. He pretty much choked. I wouldn't say fully him. They tried running out the clock, and it just did not work in their favor. Now, season leaders, we have Ryan Fitzpatrick as our passing leader. We have him at 229 of 368, 2,511 yards, 13 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Not good. Gotta bring up those TDs and bring down those interceptions, Fitty. And Daniel Jones is their leading passer, 228, 300 of 70, and let's see, 2,374 yards, 18 TDs, 11 interceptions. So he wasn't having a bad season, not at all. Mark Walton is still our leading rusher, but that's going to change soon. Fitzpatrick could pass him within this game, or if not, the next game. By the end of the season, Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to be the Miami Dolphins' leading rusher this season. I can bet on that 100%. Saquon Barkley, though, for the Giants, number 2 pick in last year's draft after Baker Mayfield. He's had 154 carries, 610 yards, and 2 touchdowns rushing the ball. Now, when we go over the receivers, Devontae Parker is our leading receiver, 55 receptions, 882 yards, 6 touchdowns, and he just got an extension for 4 years. And well-deserved. He's had a great season, and I hope he carries this on to the next couple years that we're going to have him on the team. And yeah, it's pretty good of Devontae Parker. I'm pretty happy for him. So the receivers that we have guaranteed going into next season are him, Jakeem Grant, and Allen Hurns. Those are the ones on top of my head that I can remember off the bat. Those guys are going to be our receivers going into next season with who knows who we're going to have at QB. I don't think Fitzpatrick is going to be a starting QB next year. I don't even know if he's going to be on the roster. He's had a good season, though. I'm not going to lie. He has one more year left on the contract with the Dolphins after this season, and we'll see how that plays out. Now, for the Giants' leading receiver, Darius Slayton, he's had a pretty good year, and he's a young guy. 42 receptions, 659 yards, and 7 touchdowns. He's been having he's strung along a couple good games. Now, what do the Dolphins need to do to win this game? Number 1, and I'm going to say this every single game, get to the quarterback. Put the quarterback in unfathomable pressure. Like, just have the quarterback under stress every snap. Every snap, blitz. Send 3 guys and have them just get there fast. I don't know, just stop talking, Austin. You got to get to Eli Manning, make him uncomfortable. I'm not sure who is their second string quarterback behind Eli right now because Daniel Jones is out. But just get to Eli and just make him make horrid throws, just throws that he wouldn't normally throw, force turnovers, interceptions, get fumbles off of him, strip sacks, stuff like that. He doesn't move around in the pocket a lot, so I expect the Dolphins to get a couple sacks this week, and I'm banking my money on that. They're going to get like at least 2 sacks, hopefully, and if they don't, then good job by Eli Manning getting probably the ball out or just reading the defense, yada, yada, yada. Secondly, this is still defensive stuff we need to do, is do not let Saquon Barkley beat us. A lot of games that he single-handedly will beat the other team. Running the ball, catching the ball out of the backfield, screen plays, stuff like that. Do not let Saquon Barkley beat you. That's what the Dolphins need to do. Do not let Saquon Barkley beat them. And if you can stop the running attack, it's going to make them throw the ball more, which is going to be good for us because we can get after Eli Manning, the statue in the pocket there. And offensively, though, for the Miami Dolphins, just control possession well, run clock, and no turnovers. We cannot afford turnovers. That's what killed us against the Jets. We had the turnovers, and we couldn't recover one that was just literally bounced on the out-of-bounds line, just by the tip. It was so close. If that fumble goes the Dolphins' way, then Dolphins probably would have won that game for sure. But it is what it is. And defensively, we no pass interferences. Nick Needham. No, but he's having a good season as well. Nice little story of his. Undrafted. Got cut. Then got signed to the practice squad. And then worked his way up. And now he's the number 1 cornerback, especially now with Xavier Howard out. It'll be very interesting to see how the dynamic is going to be once Xavier Howard comes back next season. Yeah, he's shut down for the year. And yeah, I like where the Dolphins are going right now, and I feel like they have a very bright future ahead of them. It's taking its time. The season's almost over. After this game, we'll have 2 more games, the Tank Bowl, and then we can face off the Patriots week 17 to close off the season. Who knows? Patriots are 10-3, Buffalo's 9-4, Jets are 5-9, and then when you look at the NFC East, we have the Dallas Cowboys leading the division because they're undefeated in the division play, 6-7, and Philadelphia 6-7 as well. Washington's 3-10, and New York is 2-11. Now, back to the point what I was saying in the beginning of the video. Do you want the Dolphins to win this game? Probably not, draft position wise, but more than likely the Dolphins might win this game just because if we get to Eli Manning, it's going to be a lot better of a game for the Dolphins. But he showed that he was doing well against the Eagles, who have a decent passing rush, and they have a decent defense. But he found out how to beat them by watching Fitzpatrick throw to the sidelines, over the corners. Pretty much that's all Devontae Parker did when we played the Eagles, and that's what they did well. And but they found a way to come back, and that's what happened. They won overtime. Pretty good game though. So, all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a nice thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the post notification bell option. And if you haven't done it yet, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @BiosRamos. Check out biosramos.com. And last but not least, fins up.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.